Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Esteemed FaceTime with Leaders, a World Development Corporation initiative. I am Sunny Pancholi, anchor at World Development Corporation. FaceTime with Leaders is a platform for industry titans to share their experiences, thoughts, ideas, and best practices in order to inspire one another and future leaders. In a nutshell, we attempt to encapsulate the multi-decadal learnings acquired by these industry leaders. We also hope that by conducting these FaceTime with Leaders interviews, we can bring together a global community of eminent personalities. By bringing together such visionaries on one platform, we hope to play a part in inspiring the lives of other leaders. Great learnings from great leaders undoubtedly assist everyone by identifying, nurturing, and using the trade secrets that are proven success formulae for many. And this is what we aim to achieve with these sessions that are a gathering of leaders and a knowledge-sharing community. We have one such leader on FaceTime with Leaders with us today, Mr. Jasveer Makhijani. A warm welcome to FaceTime with Leaders, Mr. Makhijani.
Thank you. Thank you, Sunny.
Welcome. Mr. Makhijani is a professional with substantial experience of over 4 decades in the pharmaceutical industry, and more substantive than that is his accomplished career journey with senior positions, namely AVP, Head and Senior Director across organizations. Currently, the CEO and co-founder of Verve Consultancy LLP, he envisions bringing about a developmental change beyond self with his long-horn knowledge and strategic understanding of key account management on government institutions and corporate hospitals across India and neighboring geographies. He has proven track record of building business opportunities through developing key account systems, processes, and data management. So, Mr. Makhijani, could you please let us know about your journey of co-founding a startup?
Yeah, sure. So as you rightly mentioned, my experience goes back to about 4 decades in the pharma industry. And having completed that 4 decades of journey in the various organizations, when I superannuated in last year, the first thought which came to me was, what should I be doing now? Sitting idle at home, chanting bhajans, or do something which is I have learned all my life and pass it on back to the society and back to the industry so that people can learn from my experience.
Absolutely.
With that thought, I thought of starting a consultancy. In my consultancy, I provide consultation to various pharma companies, small startups and large organizations all put together in terms of their key account management business. I also help certain multinationals on learning aspects of the key account management and other business aspects of marketing and sales in pharma. Simultaneously, in my startup, I am also planning to include a few products. Now, when I say these products for marketing and sales in India, these are new innovative products in the space of diagnostics, surgical devices, consumables. I am trying to import these products and I'll be marketing them across the country in various hospitals through my startup team. So with that thought, this consultancy firm came up. And currently, I have leads on 2 new products, which I'll be bringing to India. One is a US product. I may not be able to name it right now, but it's a fantastic product for neurosurgeons. And it's a quick diagnostic tool for tumors and also roadside accidents, which may lead to immediate collapse of the patient. So it diagnoses where to send the patient to a nearby nursing home, hospital, or to a proper neurosurgeon. So it's a very helpful tool first time in India it will be. It might take another 6 months time to get all the approvals and get the product in. The other product would be another very good new invention in the treatment of burns, and it's in a very nascent stage right now. So this product might take another, say, 1.5 years to come in. So this is what I am currently doing in my startup, and going forward, I need to expand this and bring in more such products in India, which are not currently available.
Okay.
And all will be in the devices segment. Simultaneously, I will continue providing consultancy.
Right. So, Mr. Makhijani, what are some leadership qualities that you have and think are indispensable for any leader?
Oh. The foremost I would say is a vision. The leader should have a vision, and based on the vision, the leader should be able to drive the vision to a conclusive effort through the team, so that that vision can be transformed into business. And the second and other important factors a leader should have is communication, both direct communication as well as relationship related two-way communication, because relationship is something which I believe is very important in managing both internal customers, external customers, and your key stakeholders. So besides this, the leader should have integrity. The leader should be very dynamic. And I also believe in the qualities of perseverance, passion, drive, and a leader should be able to provide critical coaching to the team for all the required elements which are critical for the success. So having said that, a leader should be a multifaceted person.
Rightly said, sir. So how do you foresee the ESG landscape in India?
ESG landscape in India is, if I believe currently, is in a very nascent stage. Right now, there's hardly any mapping which happens. Initially, what I would say is there are some companies only who have taken initiative on the ESG landscape. But recently, maybe a year or so ago, SEBI has come out with certain guidelines. Under those guidelines, top 1,000 companies of India need to start reporting on ESG initiatives. So as of now, that's it on ESG landscaping in India. But going forward, I see there's a lot of scope on ESG, because there's a rampant misuse of all the resources that we have, especially the natural resources. There are very few companies who have very defined people policy. And the board members should be very cognizant about how to take forward all the challenges faced on the ESG area. In terms of environmental issues, I would say the first and foremost issues which are faced in ESG are carbon emission, air and water pollution, then things like waste management, also deforestation. These are certain areas where compliance on environmental side is very important. However, having said that, most of the companies do not follow that. There's a rampant cutting of trees across the country, which is very painful for the environment. The pollution levels, the emission levels of all the organizations is to an extent such that levels of pollution are going higher and higher. we are seeing climate change. 1 week ago, if you remember, the climate was cold.
Yes.
In last 1 week, it has risen from like 28 degrees to 42 degrees. And there's no control on this.
Right.
And who is to blame for it? We all are. Both at individual level as well as at the industry level. So at environmental level, these are the major challenges. Then at social level also, I think there should be more diversity in employment. I also believe that in terms of people policies, we should have much better policies than in terms of other policies, like there should be sexual harassment policies of an organization. Then in terms of your governance levels, I also believe that there should be good diversity in the boards. Although by force, Government of India has now envisioned that top 2,000 companies should have one female member in the board. But going forward, it should be like voluntarily.
Right.
More than one is welcome. That way, when we bring in more diversity, there's going to be better governance in all the organizations. Then the other things that I believe in terms of your governance level is how we deal with corruption. Are we personally involved in it, or do we have a strict policy against it? How we deal with things like political donations and other things. So these are certain things which are very important in terms of ESG and should be brought to book in every organization that we are running in this country. Going forward, I think we should have proper positions in all the organizations for ESG managers who manage and report the ESG details. Like SEBI has mandated only top 1,000 companies to report ESG, but I believe every organization which is listed or unlisted should be reporting on ESG.
Absolutely. So, in fact, my next question would relate to this, that, could technology could be a solution to many of these problems, and would technological changes have you seen in your professional life, and can you state your foresights on the upcoming technological trends, namely IoT, AI, ML, blockchain, Web 3.0, etc.?
Right. So I am not a very technologically high person. My knowledge of technology is limited. But having said that, in the past 4 decades, I have seen huge change in technology. When we started working, it used to be typewriters. Then from typewriters, we moved on to teleprinters, and then we moved on to PCs, and finally laptops and internet, and all these things came during one lifetime only. Similarly, on the telephony side, we used to have those dial-wala telephones initially. Before that, I remember in my childhood, we used to have a telephone. You pick it up and you call the exchange, and the exchange will connect you to connect your calls, both domestic and international. But now, everything is on a mobile, and besides the telephone on the mobile, you have everything.
Right.
You have the FaceTime, you have the video calling, you have conference calling, everything. So we never would have thought about it 20 years ago. But in past 20 years, technology has shown so much of change. And going forward also, I think this will continue. Like, to give you one example, AI is very important.
Right.
Google search is the best example of AI. Similarly, your Amazon linkage is another example of AI. And the moment you type in a few words, you get the answers of all your questions. So this is something which has changed over a period of time. And we had never imagined it earlier. Maybe the technocrats may have, but talking of a layman like me, no, we never had imagined this. It was only like good thoughts only, that if this happens, fine. Today, what you see in the cars, driverless cars, the cars with the high-end cars with all the computerized systems inside. It's all basically because of the AI and the what you call as blockchain and other things of technology.
Right.
Most recently, what I have only learned about it, that W 3.0, Web 3.0,
Yeah.
though it's not yet launched properly, it's still in the process of getting developed, but it's going to change the whole world in a very different way. So technology is very helpful, both for individuals as well as for businesses. I believe that use of technology, the latest one in the business, helps us reduce the load of energy consumption. It also helps us move towards green energy, and it also helps us develop better processes for the machines to function, because all these latest developments are towards automation.
Right.
Today we can operate a TV at home without any connection. All the TVs are like Android TVs and internet enabled. Similarly, your mobile helps you control all the devices at home. So these are the most important changes that we have seen in our lifetime. Going forward, this is going to be much better. So I strongly believe in use of technology. I would again say that as a layman, 20 years ago, we never used to understand how to operate a computer. Today, every one of us is working on laptops and iPads and phones. So that is the kind of change technology has brought into our lives.
Absolutely. Rightly said.
And within the organization, I strongly believe that we must integrate technology to improve the business outcomes.
Great. So, Mr. Makhijani, as an ESG certified corporate governance expert, what values do you offer the corporate world?
I believe that ESG is very important for the corporate world. Saving the environment is one part of it, but also working for betterment of the social causes, the people causes, is another part of it. And finally, the governance. So all put together, as a ESG expert, I would say that my basic focus would be to ensure that all the principles of ESG are adopted within the organization. And we also do not just communicate things, we implement them and show it in terms of our results and reports, and which are published and shown to the industry experts as well as to the common man. The social circle near the factories, the people around us, both inside the organization as well as outside the organization, how this helps to better their lives, how this helps to improve our outcomes and business results. So this is something very important. One major focus which I have been following for past almost a decade now is plantation of trees.
Absolutely.
I personally get it done twice in a year, every year. So in last 10 years or so, I must have personally helped grow about 10,000 trees.
Wow.
And you'll be surprised to know that all these 10,000 trees are in the premises of hospitals.
Amazing.
So, which goes on to say that the hospital requires maximum amount of oxygen.
Oxygen, yes.
Because you have patients inside, and none of the hospitals ever had thought about it. So today, if you go to a Apollo Hyderabad or a Apollo Delhi, you will find trees planted across their complete border. So near their fencing, it's all tree fencing now. So, and all the trees are native trees, which we have planted. So like in Delhi, Gurgaon area, you will want to have a gulmohar or a neem or a peepal, whereas in Hyderabad, you will have to have redwood, sandalwood. So those kind of initiatives with local native trees, knowledge about them, and then we meet the CEOs of the hospital and get their approval to plant the trees. The maintenance is done by the hospitals, of course, because me and my team cannot do that on regular basis. We do go for the plantation and finally hand it over to the hospital staff. Some places we have also employed a Mali to do the maintenance, but I'm very proud to say that all these trees are still doing very well. Last year, I lost my father, just a coincidence. I'm just giving you an anecdote. In the month of June and July, it was heavy raining period, and my father was 96 when we lost him. So first thing which came to my mind was that we should plant 97 trees in his memory.
Wow.
So in an area of, means my own colony in Haldwani, where my father used to live, we planted 97 trees. And with the help of all the neighbors there. And recently when I visited there, I saw all the trees were growing very well. The local neighbors, their Malis are doing good nurturing of those trees. So this is one initiative which I believe also helps us improve the environment. So if everybody starts planting trees, it will be great. One company which I have noticed recently is Mamaearth. The moment you shop from them online, anything above 300 rupees, they plant a tree for you in your name. A similar initiative is taken by Tatas in Jamshedpur. You contribute anything between 10 rupees to 10,000 rupees. They give you a proper receipt of that and they plant trees and then send pictures of those trees. So these are the kind of initiatives some of the organizations are doing it. But going forward, there should be like a norm. Every organization which is putting up a plant or a factory or a godown must have a green environment around it. That is my very strong belief.
Rightly said, sir. Sustainability is a concern, but thanks to leaders and visionaries like you, we also have a solution to it.
So since I come from Nainital, which is a hilly area, and during my childhood, I had seen the Chipko Andolan and felling of trees, burning of trees, jungles, and then Sundarlal Bahuguna coming up and stopping the rampant felling of trees. So that has remained with me for all my life. So that is the reason in last 10 years, I thought before I quit working, I should be able to, and before I'm too old to do things, I should be able to give something to the society. So the best thing was plantation.
Right, sir. In fact, I would like to request all our viewers to, do their part and do as much as plantation as possible. It is for the betterment of their future and their generation's future.
Absolutely, absolutely, rightly said. And it's time now that the moment rains start, the best time to plant trees.
Right. So viewers, keep this in mind and do your bit. Everybody should do their bit to save the environment and have a good environmental successful plantation across your area and other areas that you could reach up to. All right, sir. Mr. Makhijani, we are building FaceTime with Leaders community for cross-pollination of knowledge and a community of independent directors for having a better corporate governance in the country. So what are your thoughts about these initiatives taken by Mr. Zishan Pathan, Mr. Heval Mehta, and the whole team of World Development Corporation?
I would say a big thanks to Zishan Pathan on this initiative. It's a fantastic initiative. The moment I saw the first ad popping up on my Facebook page, I immediately joined the call. And without any delay, I said, I must do this course. And after enrolling the course, I realized that the kind of subject matter which has been created for this course, both on the ESG side as well as on the independent directors' role and responsibilities side, is excellent. It is made very crisp, easily understandable, and a very, very good initiative. This will definitely help not only the individuals like me, but also large organizations to have good independent directors on their boards with the knowledge of ESG also. So I personally would like to thank Zishan Pathan for this initiative, and also Heval Mehta, and most importantly, Dr. Subramaniam also, because the kind of learnings that he gives in his classes is fantastic. So I'm really impressed with the overall content of this course.
Thank you. So, Mr. Makhijani, it was fantastic conversing with you, and I'm confident that your insights will inspire the future leaders. Thank you, Mr. Makhijani, for joining us today, and we wish you the best for your future endeavors.
Thank you. Nice talking to you, Sunny Pansoli.
Pleasure is ours.
Thanks.
Thank you. Moreover, trust that this initiative by Directors Institute has unquestionably expanded the participants' understanding and enriched their minds.